We're talking with Lori Brubaker at the Frankfort Library. You have quite a display here, and these are, Lori, are from our area schools. Clinton, Frankfort, Clinton Central, Clinton, Prairie, and Rossville?
Rossville, yes.
Wow, that is a lot of work
Yep,
here.
they're high school and middle school students.
Well, let's just kind of do a little walk-through, talk-through here. What are we looking at here, Lori?
These are from the high school. They are assembled sculptures, so several of them utilize just simple materials like cardboard. Others incorporate some wood elements, and they just kind of, it looks like for one project they might have had to do something figural, but not all of them are. There's a turtle and just a little bit of everything.
Such imagination. Looks like that's going to blow up.
Yes, it does.
There we go. Fascinating. A lot of talent here.
Yep, we got some chalk pastels.
That's beautiful.
That I think might also wrap around.
And then
the corner.
in the back here, we don't want to forget this. Looks like we have some pretty cool things here.
Yep, we got some black and white photography, and I know further down they throw in the color, and I know we'll eventually even get to some altered photography as well.
These are all original creations from our area students, is that correct?
Yes.
Now, how many years, Lori Brubaker, have you been doing this?
I have only been here about a year and a half now, so this is only my second Iota student show.
Okay, so this is only the second year this has happened?
Well, second year I've been here.
Okay.
I honestly do not know how many years it has been going on, but I know it's been going on for quite a while.
Wow. Do you have any stories of when they were coming in or assembling it that might be interesting?
I know Iota has it kind of like a well-oiled machine. There's certain days the teachers bring everything in, and then there's one day where several of the Iotas come in and they get it hung up that day.
You know, one thing I like about this is these are all local. They're local students. They're locally photographed, and maybe that's from the zoo, isn't it? Frankfort High School. Huh.
It's a very good possibility.
Who knows? Or some of the kids have their own llamas.
Yes.
And we can't.
If they're lucky ones.
We can't forget this. There's a lot going on there too. This goes on and
Yep,
on and
these are
on.
some mixed media pieces, so they incorporate multiple different mediums all together in one piece.
And what medium types would we be talking about here?
It looks like there's some that incorporate some marker and graphite, some that incorporate some paint and some 3D elements coming off the canvases. And then they also got some books where it looks like they incorporated some yarn clay mixed with creating a book. And then we got some ink drawing as well.
Kind of out of the box, isn't it?
Yes, a little bit of everything.
Now, some of these have been judged, evidently.
Yes, they have.
Is there
They do awards.
Wow? Is there a grand champion in the joint?
I know they do best of shows. Yes.
Oh,
it's
there's
over here, and that'll be for the high school because they do the awards for high school and middle school. So then the middle school also has their own best of show category. That way, middle school is not fully competing with more experienced high school kids.
Look at that. You know, artistry, an expression of ideas and thoughts and concepts and media. Getting the idea and then turning it into reality. It's quite a magical process.
Yes, it is. That's why I look forward to this show every year since I've been here. Is you just see so many things, and it's from students that are just starting to get their footing in the arts, and I'm kind of curious to see how many of them stick with it. And
So how long will this display be up?
this is up. It comes down just a little bit into May, I believe. Like towards the
Okay.
beginning of May, it will come down.
So really we need to, if you're interested in looking at this, so this
We got
was
a couple
judged,
more weeks.
this was judged first place
Yep, this one was the best of show for the high school.
at watercolor.
Yes, that is
Broken Dreams. So we have
And then did a very good job of getting
I'm
the
sure
glass
that-
and the reflections
I'm
and
sure
with
that
watercolor.
I'm sure that's pretty hard.
Yes, because I was never a fan of watercolor myself.
Yeah, I suppose it's one thing to do an opaque tree, but to do a transparent piece of glass.
Yes, whole different ballgame.
Yeah. What in the world is this?
This is one of the assembled sculptures from, it looks like Frankfort.
Okay. And then we have over here, we don't want to forget anybody. Looks like this is interesting.
Yeah, we got some acrylic painting, and then middle school craft sculptures are in the case.
Lots of color going on here. Huh. This is kind of a self-portrait, it says. A study in contrast, black or nothing.
Yep.
And I think that's from one of your...
Yeah, that's technically one of mine.
Oh, that's you. You did that.
It just hasn't come down yet.
Oh my goodness, that was from the art show.
Yes.
Cool. Very nice. Well done. Okay, so what do we have here?
All of these, I believe, are all high school, and we got on top, we got some cast sculptures, and then within the case is hand-built pottery.
What kind of sculptures?
Cast sculptures. So I know some of these
Cast.
are, they cast the bases, and then they molded the plaster for the forms.
This is a nice thing that Iota-Psi does. That's very nice. I feel like
know this one at the end, on being very delicate, is 4 different tiered boxes all stacked very eloquently
so
together.
Forget about one little jewelry box. It's maybe like stacked or whatever
Yes.
they are. Clever. And then what do we have here?
Most of these on this wall are also high school work, but they are done in pencil.
Yeah. You don't maybe realize how difficult it is until you get your pencil out
Yes.
and try. There's a long hallway right there.
Yes, a very good piece for perspective.
Huh.
It looks like they stashed one of the
That one's looking at you.
assembled sculptures that we have up front back here as well.
Look, just think of all the work and the hours and hours that we're looking at right here.
Yes.
And we even have I don't want to forget this.
All while taking a whole bunch of other classes as well.
Very nice. Oh, feel free to chime in here if you have got anything else.
I know what's going around the corner. We are going to start drifting into the middle school students, I believe. Oh, nope, there's one more section of high school over here, which these are all done with colored pencil.
Yeah, so we've gone from regular lead pencil into a color pencil situation.
And again, they must like to challenge the students with having them do glass jar skin with items inside, getting reflections and everything, which is great. Okay, now
It looks like something out of a movie.
Yeah, because it looks like there's some more color pencil up on this wall.
Uh-huh.
Then on down here is our overall second place, it looks like.
Okay, we'll get to
With
that.
the-
The eyeball.
Eyeball from Clinton, a student from Clinton Prairie.
And is this called losing the state championship? No. That's striking, isn't it?
Yes, it is. So much young talent,
Yeah,
all in one location.
it really is. It's capturing a moment or capturing a thought,
Yes.
and they're able to put it in everlasting form. Some of these that we're looking at, they'll be saved around the house probably for decades.
Yep. Okay, now we got some middle school pencil drawings.
So these are our budding younger artists
Yes.
here. Yeah. So what do the teachers do? Do they just they give them options, or do they say, I want you to use pencil, or how do they do that?
Yeah, I honestly don't know, because I know, like, when I was in art, like, you had different projects where there might be an overall theme of, like, what medium you're supposed to use, but then I know sometimes things were left a little bit more open-ended, but then other times the whole overall project was more structured on what exactly you needed to do.
I wonder if some of these, they were projects that maybe they had done or were doing anyway, and then they just, hey, this is the best one, so why don't you enter this, or what?
Yeah.
That's interesting. That looks like origami kind of.
Yes, I am actually planning on doing one of these projects myself with a program here, but they are called explosion books. So they all close up in a nice perfect square, and then when you open them up, the artwork kind of just explodes out at you.
That's pretty cool. Now tell me about the judging process. How does that work?
I know they have where they bring a judge in that I think they typically try to keep somebody that is either a retired teacher or taught art in the schools at one point, just to kind of have that artistic background. But they always bring them in here and go through each category, and the judges get to pick who they choose to win each of the ribbons.
Mm-hmm. Big broadcast, Hollywood Nights.
Yep, it's nice that they even have graphic design classes available, so we're seeing some of that work here as well.
Uh-huh. Her smile, the sunrise chasing shadows, low yet in her gaze, a midnight's silent gloom.
And we got some printmaking.
Yeah, I mean, if I went at the speed that these all deserve, we'd be here for a long time.
Yes, we would be.
So
There
really,
is a lot of work in here.
So really what we're doing, we're teasing you. There's no way we can show you everything in good detail, but we will encourage you to come by. Now, tell me when this gallery is open.
This gallery is open typically, for the most part, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. But you can also, if you need evening hours or on the weekend on Saturday, you can just talk to circulation, and you can still come up during our hours and view everything that's on display.
Yeah, and there's the door you would come through. We thank you so much for being a part of this. Anything
Not a
else you'd
problem.
like to share with us?
Nope, just make sure you come check out everybody's local talent, because there is a lot of it in this room.
There sure is. Well, thank you for being our tour guide.
Not a problem, anytime.
All right. Ms. Brubaker, appreciate it very much.